Let's talk about the parable of the person who built their house upon a rock. This is going to be from a perspective you may not have heard before, but will bless you. Now, Jesus says, whoever comes to him and hears his saying and do it, then will be like a wise man who dug deep and built their house upon a rock. Now, this person's primary focus is looking for a rock. They're seeking, and he who seeks shall find. So they're seeking for the rock because they know if they don't find a rock, if they build their house on something else, it's going to just crumble anyhow, so it's not worth it. So this person goes out and they begin to dig, and they don't find a rock. So they're like, well, this location's no good. And they go to a different place and it looks great. Like the weather's great here. I like it. So they start digging, and they dig, and they're like, there's no rock. And they're like, well, maybe I didn't dig deep enough the first time, so let me keep digging. They dig deeper. And they're like, well, no rock here. Although the weather's great, it's not sustainable to live here with a house. So they go somewhere else, and they're like, well, wasn't expecting this type of weather here, and scenery's a little bit not what I was expecting, but let me see if there's a rock. So they dig. They dig. And then they realize there's a rock here. So they're like, this is it. This is the place I've been looking for. The rock's here. And they decide to lay their foundation upon the rock and build their house here because they know that's a sustainable place to live. But there's another one who decides to build a house upon sand. This person is looking for something different. Now, whatever that is, isn't sustainable. The house will crumble. But let's take a look at this. So they go out and they begin to dig. And perhaps this first person's like, you know what? I don't feel like digging no more. This is too much work. I'm gonna just build my house here. Boop. Built the house on the sand. Carried on with their day. Now another person, they go out and they're like, this place looks amazing. I got a beach view. Look at the water out there. The weather's great. Let me see if there's a rock here. They dig. No rock. And they're like, well, there's no rock, but the location is prime location. I like it. I'm going to just build my house here anyhow. And then another goes and they see the weather and they're like, this is some odd weather. It's too cold for me. I don't like the view, but let me dig. And they dig, and then they see that there's a rock there. And they're like, oh, there's a rock here, but I don't like the location. I don't like the weather. You know what? I'm not going to build my house here. I'm going to go elsewhere. That's nicer for me. That fits what I want. The point is, this person, for one reason or another, wasn't seeking the rock. They were seeking other things. And those other things influenced their decision on where to build their house. Now, the wise man knows that building your house upon the sand is not sustainable. It might stay there for a season, but when the real storm comes, it's going to crumble. It's not worth it. But that first person, their motive was right. They were seeking the truth. They were seeking the rock. They were seeking Jesus. And when they found Jesus, they knew this was the place to build the house. You see, the rock's there. The rock's out there. You got to dig for it. You don't get to choose the location. You don't get to choose where it's at. You just have to find it. And when you find the rock, then you can build the house. Much love in Jesus' name. Be blessed. And remember, look for the rock. And when you find the rock, camp there and live there, regardless of anything else that may come. Because when the rubber meets the road, when the storm comes, that house will stand. Be blessed in Jesus' name.